Hello, Captains. It's me, Tonic TZW. And even though it's Dad's weekend and I've got the Charlie boy sat behind me on the sofa watching videos on his tablet, I thought I'd get a video done quickly, get it uploaded. This one's called Vorsprung Durch Tactics. And if any of you remember the old, I think it was the Audi advert, Vorsprung Durch Technik, um, this one's a little bit better because I'm in division with my good buddy young Chopper, who's currently away working, so not had an opportunity to division up with him for a while. He's in the turrets. I'm in the Bismarck. He's got a main gun build on. I'm running a secondary build. And let me just say that this game is not about me. This game is about Chops because he pulled a 200k damage game in this one, whereas I'm going to end up nowhere near that at all. We're going to stick together. We're going to use the power of his guns and the range of my secondaries. And as always, with the way that this map plays, there's no cap in the middle on this one. Oh, sorry, I just bumped Charlie's head with my headphones. There is no cap in the middle on this one, so the ships are all going to rush out to the flanks. Nobody's going to sail straight through the middle of that map unless I was in a destroyer and it was me, because you know that sometimes it's worth zipping through the middle and taking advantage of that open water. But we're pushing round to support these guys on a cap. One ship in the cap, the other two guys are going to hide behind rocks. How great for them. I'm going to try and get some shots on that Nachi, but I am spotted, which means there's something potentially across there on the left-hand side or contesting the cap. Nachi hits the brakes. We've got quite a few long-range torpedo cruisers here. There we go. Told you I was spotted from the left side. But my secondaries are firing on the split, and I'm going to try and get my main guns across there too. Everybody should be shooting at this ship, but when two ships are stuck behind rocks on the left side of us, then they're not really going to be able to hit anything, are they? Red team's turpits on the corner. We know we've got the Nachi. We have got another ship there as well. Didn't see what that was. But there's a Richelieu hiding on the corner. And I was warning Chop, saying, I reckon there's going to be torpedoes coming this way for us. Let's be a little bit careful. I'm going to slam on the brakes on this corner. There we go. It's a Harbin, so we're guaranteed torpedoes from the Harbin. I am going to ping the map in frustration at the idiots that are just sitting behind rocks. And we've got a Baltimore out there as well, who, although he is flat broadside, my RNG are going to do that wonderful thing to me where it's just going to make sure that every one of my shells hits water. Yep, great job. Great job, RNG. Do me a huge favour. Here come the torpedoes. That's from the split. He was obviously expecting us heading straight through. I'm running Will to Rebuild. I know people say it's not relevant these days, but honestly, to me, it is still relevant. And when you're playing in Division and sticking close together, it does do you some favours. But our destroyer, or one of our destroyers, is dead. Is it the guy that was in the middle of the map? It looks like it. That was probably the split. Baltimore disappears. I'm still spotted, and I tell Chops we ain't going to get anywhere going through these guys because there's far too much HE and torpedoes out there. Let's take a little bit of a detour. There we go. The Harbin in front of us. We're going to put our guns off to the left, see if we see something as we pull forward, see if somebody takes the shot. Leave those two guys that have been hiding behind the rocks at the back there. Here we go. There's the Azure Lane Harbin. We're going to put shells out there, give them a bit of a lead. Yeah, you can set me on fire, mate. That's absolutely fine. And I don't think we land a single shell on him again. And as I said, RNG was absolutely deserting me on this one. But there's another Harbin in his smoke screen there. He's backing up. He disappears. And I'm like, okay, rather than hang a left here and come in tight on the flank, we are literally trading paint as we push through on this one. We are still spotted. Don't know who's got us spotted at this moment in time, but we are going to go the long way around. There's the Baltimore, shuts over, and those ones are out there. Flat broadside to the Balti, chops, shells. I don't know how they get there before mine, but they absolutely trash the Baltimore. So that kind of denied me a bit of damage. I'm on 12,000 damage here with barely anything to show for it on the board. And I was thinking, okay, do we turn and push around now? And Chops was like, nope, nope, straight on, straight on. So I'm like, okay, push me round. We've got the turbots coming round. There's the destroyer who should hopefully soon be gone. We're looking for this turbots to get a shot on. Red team's destroyer disappears, and there's the turbots. We aren't spotted yet. Secondaries are running, and how on earth does he disappear? But we go superstructure because he's got that lovely kind of turtle back armor, I think, hasn't he? I get nothing. Chops gets a little bit more, and the turbots takes more off me than I think we both took off him. But there is a battleship pushing round behind us, and there's only one ship left on ACAP now. We just left them behind because they were just spending their time sat behind an island, and we weren't going to hang around and just wait to have the same thing happen to us. Richelieu drops spot, which means that he's tucked in behind that little island there. So we're training our guns on that as we push round for this capture point as well. Just slowing down a little bit. Come on, Richelieu. Poke your nose out. Let us shoot it off for you. But he's not. He's waiting to get a shot on that cruiser who's very, very low health. We are hard spotted again. That means that there's a good chance that the destroyer has come through that small gap there. We drop spot again. We lose our Shamanto that was out on the flank. So it is 5 ships, plays 6, but the Turbots looks like he is nearly gone from this world, and that will even up the numbers as far as ships goes. It's been 2 caps plays 2 for a while, but we're about to pull a 3rd cap in 9 seconds. There's my secondaries warning me that there is something spotted behind me. It is the split, and yeah, he is going to survive. I don't know what's going to happen there, whether or not he's going to torpedo the cruiser, but we're going to come around this corner. Hopefully he'll get spotted again, and he'll be within range of our secondaries. But it's getting very, very nail-biting. Richelieu has pushed through. There's the Azurean Harbin. We blind fire just as he disappears. We kill half of the seagulls on the end of that rock. We get 2 over penetrations. We are spotted because of the smoke fire penalty. So we're going to turn and angle out and just try and bounce as many of his shells as we can. We've got 15 seconds left on sonar, so hopefully coming away from them will mean that any torpedoes will be detected, and it gives us a longer time to react to them. Remember, if a torpedo is coming towards you at 40 knots, but you're sailing away from it at 20 knots, that torpedo is only closing on you at 20 knots. It gives you double the time to react to it. But we know we've got a cruiser in the smoke. We know we've got a battleship that's pushed round. And we still have a couple of ships that are unsighted. Red team on D cap. That is our home cap. It is the Richelieu. The destroyer has disappeared. We put a shot out there before he comes around the corner. We land a couple of shells, not a great deal of damage. Chops is going to put a salvo out of him as well. He's within secondary range. The cruiser misses the torpedoes, but he's banged to rights with that Richelieu. We can't get on the Harbin. We go in on the Richelieu again, even though our gun sight is screwing us up. Chops doesn't finish him. I go through the superstructure as well, which must be damage soaked because I get 3 shatters, 1 penetration, but it's actually the secondaries that finish him off. We've got almost a full health Nachi. We've got almost, well, pretty much a full health Flander. We've still got a destroyer running around. And can we get shots on him across there? He wants a cap. He knows that caps are king, and he knows that if these guys can basically put some damage on us that he can potentially steal the caps and finish us off. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm telling Chop here that this Nachi is going to turn and put torpedoes out for us if they aren't already on the way. He has dropped detection momentarily. Here we go. We're going to lead into him here, and we're going to ripple fire those turrets, and then we are going to hard turn to the left. I lead him a little bit too much that time, and as I said, other times I've pulled the same trick, ripple firing the turrets, and we get a couple of penetrations, and then we get lucky and slap a citadel shot. Not on that occasion. Red Team's Destroyer and the Flander are obviously there on A cap. Red Team's DD, if he had a head on his shoulder, would potentially push all the way across to the far side of the map, turn that cap, and then come round behind us, because that is what's going to give them the win. We currently have a 200-point lead because of the caps, and the caps are what have given us the advantage in this game so far. There are 3.5 minutes to play. It is 3 ships apiece. Our only significant advantage, our only other advantage really, is the fact we've got 2 battleships to their 1 battleship, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer. We're going to try and get some cap resets on that Flander. The split is there. I'm expecting torpedoes coming from the gap there. His radar is running, and so I think, do we just push it while he's close and try and soak the torpedoes? We lose our Ostergotland. It is now myself and Chops versus the split, the Flander, and the Nachi. I'm going to cut through the middle. Chops has decided that he is going to sail straight up, and this is something I've pointed out in many games before, that sometimes when you've got a red team ship hiding behind an island, all of blue team go the same way around an island, and all the red team ship does is sail in the opposite direction around the island and stay alive. And quite often, if it's a cruiser or a destroyer, in some cases a battleship, they'll fire torpedoes behind them and pick themselves up a kill. The destroyer has run for B cap. We know he's there. We saw him heading in that direction. The Flander has turned back towards Chops, so I am going to turn into D cap, because I know that they're earning points as quick as we are now. So me just being on D cap is going to stop them from earning their 3 points a second on that one. If a cap is contested or being turned, it is not earning points. I'm up to the hugely princely sum of 41,000 damage with a single kill and 1 assist. But this Flander is between a rock and a hard place. He is between Chops and he is between Tonic. He may have 10k secondaries, but he has only got 1 salvo to our 2. We have more guns than he does. We have more secondaries than he does. And Chops also has torpedoes on the turrets. He's very low health at the moment. I get nothing but, I think, shatters off that one again on the Flander. The split takes a shot at me from behind to reset the cap. He gets a fire on me. Yeah, but guess what? That doesn't matter because we are going to get rid of this Flander. He's trying to turn and get his guns onto Chops. I'm going to chunk him here. Probably one of my better salvos of the game, actually. We get a fire on him with the secondaries, but we're not going to let that tick out. We're just going to get rid of it. We immediately hit the button to load HE. I am obviously the closest target. The last ship left is the split. Yeah, there is more than enough time left. Sorry. There's so little time left on the clock that we don't need the points for the cap. The split is going to come round and try and finish us both off, just as my guns load with HE. If that was me in a destroyer, that would have been a dev strike, and I'm telling Chops, pull the damn trigger, but my secondaries are on the way. We get another kill with the close quarters, finishing on 70,000 damage, 3 kills, and 1 5-knuckle shuffle. from Wargaming. Thank you very much indeed. Chops there, top of the board, as I said, over 200,000 damage on that one, over 3,200 base XP. Pretty much almost double what I had on that one, but we pulled the win for the team. Little bit of tactical thinking, little bit of maneuvering, little bit of playing in an unexpected way, caught red team off guard and brought home the victory. Don't forget, if you have liked that one, smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe if it's your first time past the channel, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.